The smartest way to score above 300 in JAMB is still a mystery to over 90% of UTME candidates. If you are not doing these things, you may never score up to 300. Firstly, focus more on completing the syllabus rather than completing the textbook. A syllabus is a document containing what is expected from a candidate preparing for an examination. The JAMB syllabus contains the list of topics and subtopics that the candidates will be tested on during the UTME examination. It narrows down the scope of what a candidate should be learning for the examination, so it is extremely time-wasting to focus on completing all the topics in the textbooks, as 40% of most topics will never be tested in UTME. Study your textbook with your JAMB syllabus as a guide. Have this at the back of your mind, that the use of JAMB syllabus is the beginning of wisdom. Next to this is getting the recommended textbooks. At the end of the list of topics in JAMB syllabus, JAMB has already curated some list of books and their authors to meet the needs of UTME candidates. These books have been proven over time to have needed information. An additional tip is, some of these books may contain the questions in your examination. Next on the list is evaluate yourself with JAMB past questions. The question of is the era of past question gradually coming to an end proves to be a big issue for most 2023 UTME candidates. Most of the candidates complained that all the questions that were set were never from the past questions. They were completely new. It is important for you to know that as there is a need for a change of certain topics in the syllabus, there will also be need to set new questions to evaluate candidates' knowledge with respect to these new topics. This is necessitated by the dynamic nature of human existence. You should also have it at the back of your mind that most of the questions that were set were from JAMB questions repository and just few tweaks were made to the parameters. Most notable is a randomized question on the CBT. This may be in favor of certain candidates as they might be answering past questions while others are slugging it out with the new questions. You must also understand that it is not intentional and JAMB will never test you beyond the syllabus.
They told me to change. It was then we saw that.
Another secret to demystifying JAMB is to be able to identify the topic of each question. It is an open secret that candidates who can effortlessly identify the topics of each question tend to perform well in the examination. Your ability to identify the topic of a question becomes an incentive for you to answer the questions. To be able to achieve this new level, you must master the previous steps. The next two steps are for those that are writing mathematics, physics and chemistry in JAMB. Stop using scientific calculators to practice. The use of scientific calculators during JAMB preparation, as great as it might sound, becomes the major problems for candidates writing chemistry, physics and mathematics in UTME. Gone are those days when a candidate could enter into the examination hall with a scientific calculator. JAMB, in effort to curb examination malpractice and other vices, have provided a simple calculator on each candidate's login interface. This calculator is limited in all ramifications and thus requires candidates to know certain things by heart before entering into the examination. This leads us to the next nugget of excelling in 2024 UTME. Before I proceed to the next steps, if you find value in this content, remember to hit the like button, subscribe and share with friends. Also remember to hit the notification icon. This will enable you to get notified whenever we drop any helpful content like this. I am waiting. Oh, thank you. The next important step is to learn how to derive special trigonometric ratio angles like angle 0 degree, 30, 45, 60 and 90 of sine, cos and tan. JAMB will mostly test your knowledge on these special angles. Remember that the other three trigonometric ratios, that is cotangent, cosec and secant, are the inverses of tan, sine and cosine respectively. To know how to derive and memorize these angles, see the video up here. To further make your preparations effortless, deploy some mnemonic devices to help you remember some difficult terminologies. A good example of a mnemonic device is Mrs. H. Gren, that is MRS H. GREN in biology's characteristics of living organisms, where M stands for movement, R respiration, S sensitivity, H homeostasis, G growth, R reproduction, E excretion, and N nutrition. You can use a mnemonic device to remember anything that you want to remember. Okay, We're almost there. In order to perform very well in the next UTME, understand the concept of a question before you answer it. From experience, we have discovered that the UTME is the most technical examination for prospective undergraduates in Nigeria. This is due to the fact that the questions will always look simple, yet the options will always have two similar answers. In a situation like this, candidates often pick the other wrong option that is close to the answer. You need to understand the concept of a question properly before picking your answer. This will help you to make right choices during the examination. Remember Proverbs 18:13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. The next step is one of the most important steps to excel in 2024 UTME. We all know that JAMB is a computer-based test. It is very important that you practice with CBT app on your phone's personal computer, even on the internet. The use of CBT to practice helps you to be time conscious. As you understand that JAMB is a test of figure, there is also the need to understand that JAMB's time is automated. You cannot beg for more time if you are logged out for not utilizing your time. For this reason, you need to practice in order to acclimatize yourself with the examination format, optimal use of time, and accuracy. I will recommend you use some renowned CBT apps on phones or systems. You can also practice CBT on our website www.acadaace.com. That is acadaace.com. It is free of charge. In case you are confused with the answers when practicing CBT, you can always ask Google for answers. This will drastically help to reduce error margin on some apps and boost your performance by 190%. Yes, I said it. 190%. In addition to this, use AI tools to get answers to certain questions. I greatly recommend cloud.ai. It can answer virtually anything you want it to answer with less than 0.09% error margin. You may prompt it to simplify the terminologies. This tool will do it effortlessly and graciously. I am not affiliated with them, and the free version will be just okay. You can get the link in the description below. To wrap it up, understand that you can perform very well in the forthcoming UTME if you can do the following. Focus on completing the syllabus rather than the textbook. Learn special angles. Stop using scientific calculators. Create convenient mnemonic device to remember formula. Understand the questions before you answer it. Try to identify the topic of each question. Use Google to seek answers to questions. Use AI tools to get answers to some questions. Additionally, make sure to avoid solving past questions that are below year 2000. Oh, we have come to the end of this session. If you found value in this material, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also share this with your friends so that they can also be informed. Remember to hit the notification bell. This will enable you to be among the few people that will get the information at first hand before it becomes viral. We appreciate you for hanging on with us till this very moment. Thank you. The use of JAMB syllabus is the beginning of knowledge.